Woo! What's going on, guys? Mark Orum'S Den. We're in the building. It's Victory Monday, buddy. Victory Monday. We got ourselves a victory. What a fight. What a game. Defensive effort. Oh, this thing's a little bit toasty. Woo! But I feel good today, boys and girls. I feel real good. Say to some people, got 3 in the building. We're going to do about an hour and 15 minutes. Footballs later on. This thing's not staying on forever. Look at the bling. I had a medallion. Lost it. Your boy got a little bit intoxicated yesterday. Have a couple drinks. And got into the liquor, got into the fireball, got into the beers, shots. It was crazy, man. But it was Victory Monday. It felt good during the day. Oh, wow, what a victory. Let's say hi to some people. Chrome, woo! What's going on, brother? I can't really see it. My glasses are here. This is going to be coming off soon. Brent DeWitt, woo! Mark, Victory Monday. Prince's healthy. I think we have the defensive rookie of the year. He's one of them. He's going to be an option, that's for sure. I tell you that, bro. I tell you that. He's a stud. For some reason, it's not coming on. Okay, there we go. Definitely, Brent. Like it. What's going on? Chrome, Motown, Mufasa. Yo. Nice, Mark. Yeah, man. We got 6 in the building. 6 in the building. Like, share, comment. How's everybody feel with this Victory Monday? It feels good to wake up. And, be tied with the Packers. We are officially in second place, though. But we got the same record. Big game this coming up Thursday. But let's talk about the Atlanta Falcons. Donkey Kong, Super Bowl or bust. What's going on, bro? Hope everybody feels good today. Man, the one thing I was really worried about that game yesterday, man, I was worried about Bijan Robinson taking care of business for the Atlanta Falcons. My God, did we handle him. He was handled. Absolutely handled him. How about them Cowgirls? Oh, yeah, they lost a tough one. I got a buddy who's a huge Cowboys fan. And, man, he was not too happy. How do you lose to the Cardinals? What's going on there? How do you lose to the Cardinals? Pretty bad. But good win for the Detroit Lions. Good win for the Cardinals. Man, beat up a good team. You know what I mean? That's a really good Cowboys team. I don't understand how that happens, but yeah. Keitho, let's freaking go. That's right, buddy. Work on Monday is always better after a win. Yes, it is, Daniel Belmer. Unfortunately, I'm laid off until October 30th. So they're retooling at my plant. So it would have been nice to walk in today and say, hey, yeah, what about those Lions? I would have walked in just with this. I would have walked in with this and this too. So hopefully when I walk in there in a month, I can walk in with this stuff. Because I'm gonna. If they go on a nice winning streak, I'm going to. But this thing's hot, man. This thing is hot. So we were in that stadium yesterday. You can only wear it for so long. Outside when it's this is going to be perfect when it's like if you're tailgating in like December. You're tailgating in December and in November. You know what I mean? Even October is going to get a little bit chilly by the end of October. It's going to get a little bit chilly. You want to probably wear this, but when it starts going around, end of November, December, these things going to come in handy. This thing's going to come in handy. I love it. It was beautiful going into work today with all the crybaby Cowboy fans. Oh, boy. Yeah. That's absolutely hilarious. About to take the North Thursday. We are. I think we're winning that game, guys. I think we're going in there again, and I think we're taking care of business. But let's take this off. I'll keep the chain on for a little bit. I got to put the glasses on because I'm having trouble reading. This thing's all fogged up. Glasses are dirty, filthy. Got to clean them. Forgot to clean them. But woo! What a win, guys. What a win. I thought the Lions played a pretty big game yesterday. Dan Campbell coming out saying he applied the pressure on his coaching staff and his players, and they responded in a way that you can only smile. You can only smile with the way they responded. Taking care of business, playing a really solid team effort. The offense wasn't spectacular. They weren't great, the offense, but they played good enough, put 20 on the board. You'd like a little bit more. You'd like a little bit more from your offense, but I thought the defense put them in some pretty good spots. Defense picked them up, and that's what you want. That's what Goff said. Goff was like, "Hey, this is what we kind of needed. We needed this." The offense is going to pick up the defense, and the defense is going to pick up the offense sometimes. That's the signs of a good football team. That's exactly what he said, and it was because the offense wasn't clicking. They weren't bad. They had 360 yards of offense, I believe, total through the air, through the ground. Gibbs ran well, I thought, 4.7 yards per carry. Amon-Ra did his thing through the air. Laporta's a monster. Laporta's the real deal, by the way, everybody. So, yeah, they look good, man. They look good. Big win. Let's say hi to some people. Keith O said hi to you, brother. One Pride. How's it going? Going good, bro. Victory Monday. Fusco. Row. What's going on, brother? What's going on, Jock? Did you watch that? When you're a Lions fan, right? I think you're a Lions fan. Exit 8. What's up, brother? Enjoying today. They need to repeat this attacking style defense on Thursday. They did, man. Where was this defense last week? Where was this defense last week? Different, man. The NFL works in weird ways, man. Sometimes you just got a guy. Sometimes you don't. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got a team's number. Sometimes you don't. It's just defense just was a no-show 2 weeks ago. I feel bad for Bears fans and Broncos fans. I don't feel bad for any of those guys. I especially don't feel bad for Bears fans. You know what I mean? I don't feel bad for them. Broncos fans, I told everybody, man, that was an ass whooping. Yeah, put 70 on the board. That's an ass whooping. But I told everybody that combination with Sean Payton and Russell Wilson would not work. That's two guys right there with two God complexes. Two guys that think they do no wrong. And I thought it was doomed from the start. And heads will roll soon over there. Let's go say hi to some other guys. Jorge Cantu, what's up, big dog? What up, bro? Gallup and Lake 6. Woo! Hell yeah, brother. Nick Gunjack. Second round picks are out playing the first. It's unbelievable, bro. That second round pick, that second round curse looks like it's starting to go away. Brian Branch, Sam Laporta. Wee. Love it. The star that went up. Jorge Cantu. How about Jack Fox? Hey, man, with the big leg, keeping Atlanta deep. Exactly. Special teams is big. We won on all three phases of the game yesterday. Offense, defense, and special teams. So that's the only thing. He doesn't get enough credit. Punters don't get enough credit. Kickers don't get enough credit. But you're right, Jorge. Jack Fox was a baller yesterday. Kicking them deep, pinning them deep, making Atlanta work. And Atlanta didn't even get in our red zone until like 5 minutes in that game, eh? 5 minutes left in that game. 5 and change. Unbelievable. The bigger concern with the Bears is them snagging Caleb Williams at 1. Yeah, I think there's going to be some teams. There's going to be some teams that are fighting for that spot. Arizona could be one. Yeah, they had a nice win against the Cowboys, but that's not going to happen. But yeah, the Bears will be right there, bro. You're right, Motown Mufasa. You got to deal with Caleb, right? Supposed to be the next Patrick Mahomes, they say. How about them Cowboys? For sure. I'm not a Lions fan. I watch them every week. Truth be told, more of a Lions hater. Jeez, Giacomo. Who do you like? Who do you like, brother? I don't know if you've ever had this discussion. I'm sure we have, but I can't remember. Bears fans got to see Taylor Swift. Yeah, she was up in the booth hanging out with Kelsey's mom. Brent for Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's probably up there. I'm not sure if there's anybody else making as much noise. I'd have to kind of look at the stats, man. I haven't really been paying attention to that, really. But Branch definitely should be a guy that's definitely up there so far earlier in the year. We had 5 rookies that made significant contributions yesterday. Brad is the best GM we've ever had. I agree. We got guys making plays all over the place. Campbell coached one of his best games. Yeah, he didn't have to get silly. He didn't have to go for it on every 4th down. I think he finally, I think the flow of this game kind of dictated that. It wasn't, it wasn't like we need to, like he needs to go for it because Atlanta's going to keep scoring. I think he knew early in that game that this was going to be a good defensive effort by the Lions, and he didn't really have to be silly. So I'm all for it. Did she make a breakup song of Bear fans? I'm sure she did. She's gonna make a breakup song with Kelsey. You know that. Ed W. The tone was set the first drive. Wow, what a start! Beautiful tone. Yeah, hey man, that team right there. They look like a playoff team yesterday. They did. It was almost the perfect game by them. It was close. The offense still, need a little bit of work, but they had a lot of guys hurt on the O-line. A lot of stupid penalties, but, they prevailed. I'm going to take this off, too, before it gives me a seizure. I'm going to shut it off, guys. So, yeah, man, it was a good win, man, for the Lions. You can't ask for anything else besides that. Let's shut this stupid thing off. I must have spent like almost $80 before I even went in that building. Before I went to Ford Field with accessories, man. Unbelievable. All good. Bears are the new SOL team. Yeah. That's the thing, too, man. That's a good question. That's a star right there. You get the star, Keitho. If Bears take Caleb Williams, will they ruin his career like Fields? Who knows, right? Maybe Caleb won't even come out if it's the Bears. There's rumblings he doesn't want to go to teams like Arizona, apparently. I don't know how he feels about Chicago. So, yeah. Fields needs to switch position running back to not quarterback. I know, but he probably never will. Hey, Mark, it's funny how Bugs is back and the line is better. He and Kaminsky do the dirty work. It's good to have him back. I don't know how many snaps he got. Or at all whatsoever, what percentages were. But the D-line looked really good. McNeil really played a good game. I've been trying to, I've been calling him out a little bit lately. Thinking, like, where the hell is this guy, man? We need him to play like he was at the end of last year. And he kind of showed that this game. And that was a better O-line than Seattle. So Atlanta's got a pretty good O-line. Very underrated team. It's an underrated team. That, that 2-0 start might be a little, I'm not going to call them frauds, might be a little bit of, don't think they're a real 2-0 team, but they're an underrated football team, especially on defense, man. They held a really good offense in us to 20 points. That's solid, man. We're a team that was scoring 30 plus last year on teams, especially at home. They used to be my team until 15 years ago. No favorite team now. 15 years ago. Fusco. I really like the idea of Jack Campbell playing edge. It's different. Man. I'd rather see him at linebacker, but I guess any way to get him on the field. They got him on that stand-up kind of. So, you know what I mean? I'm okay with it. I'm not totally on board because, he's a smaller edge. But, he's rushing for the quarterback, and man, he's, he doesn't have to be a giant of a man. He is 6'5", 250 plus, but yeah. Agreed, Nick. It was nice to see MCDC call a smart game. By the way, there was a report that says Decker is going to play. Yeah, I think he practiced today. He was limited. Practice today. So he went from, no practice last week to at least limited today. And, we'll know a little bit more tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday. But we really need him to play. It'd be nice, man. Our O-line is completely banged up. We lost 2 more guys. We lost Matt Nelson, and then we lost Dan Skipper. 2 reserves, but Nelson was starting because of Decker being out. So I'm sure Sewell's going to go back to right tackle, and Decker will go back to left. Hopefully he's 100% healthy. We need him. We need a healthy Decker for this game. They got a good D-line, Green Bay, man. It's a good D-line. Rashawn Gary's the real deal when he's healthy. They just got some guys that can get to the quarterback. How about not going for it on fourth down? That was good. It was good to see. They didn't need to do it, right? They didn't need to do it. They played smart football. There wasn't panic football or anything like that by Dan Campbell. So you got to love that. I really think the Bears might go win this. They are that bad. They might. They're terrible. They are terrible. They're absolutely dog shit. So, yeah. Yes, I've been hearing Justin Fields not the guy in Chicago anymore. There's a good chance that he's going to be replaced, man. There's a very good chance. Yeah, I heard something about Caleb avoiding certain teams. I don't blame him. I don't, you know what I mean? But like, what are you going to do though? Okay, since you're Caleb Williams, okay. Listen, man, he's going to make millions of dollars in college with this nil now, with the NIL. I understand that, but your opportunity is to get into the big league, get into the pros, NFL. You better go, man. You better go because you might not make it the next year. What happens if you get your leg broken half? I think it's a risky move if he doesn't. I would go. I know it's his dad coming out and saying all this. I don't think he said a word about it. So it's all hearsay. It's all word of mouth. It's all chit chat. It's all chatter. It's all a bunch of gobbledygook, man. So who really knows how he's really feeling? But he might be talking through his dad, man. It might be his dad just wording it for him, right? So, but if you got an opportunity to play, like, who says the next year is gonna be better? It's gonna be a better team. Like what do you mean? You're one of the best players in football. You're not going to a good team unless there's a team that are right on the cusp of maybe making the playoffs. And they trade for you. I could see that. But you're going number one, number two, 100%. So it's a risky move if he doesn't go. He might avoid Chicago too. Who knows? The Broncos might go win this too. I think the Broncos and Vikings will take Caleb. The Vikings, man. There's rumors going around that possibly Kirk Cousins to the Jets. It's all kind of rumors. ESPN put that out there during the week. Well, the Broncos going to do. Russell Wilson's gone out of Denver. I can see that guy retiring. He's just not the same. He's not. I don't even think he's the major problem there. But like I said, two God complexes, him and Peyton. I knew that wouldn't happen right away. Raiders are bad. He might go there. Yeah, the Raiders will squeak some wins out, though. They'll squeak a couple wins out. They probably won't get a chance to get them unless they're close and they can trade up maybe to get them. But who knows? Yeah, Goff took some shots, man. Yeah, Campbell said it. I thought they protected him pretty damn good, though. But he took some shots in that second half. Got to remember, too, man. They had a couple. They had Colby Sorslow, Graham Glasgow. Glasgow was just not good. Glasgow was not a good guard at all. Losing Big V hurt. I think he's way better than Glasgow. Hopefully that doesn't come bite us in the ass by the time it's all said and done. The stanky leg. I'm going to start that up. Yeah, man, that stanky leg, though, man. I laugh my effing ass off. Absolutely, man. Aiden Hutchinson, he finally got the monkey off his back. He got 2 sacks, forced fumble recovery. He was all over the field. He made about 3 or 4 tackles. So, he made his presence felt. And then he kind of did this last year. Waited a few games to get warmed up, and then he just kind of went on a tear. So I predicted it. I said 15 sacks, man. I think it's tough. I think it's going to be tough. But if he can get a couple sacks a game here and there, and just get, one a game after that, maybe he'll get it. But he's on pace. He got the 2. I'm happy. I got a bet with a Bears fan that he's going to get 15. It's like a $50 bet, man. I don't even know the guy, but I will send him money if I lose. Who knows if he'll send me back, buddy. But I'm exhausted, guys. I am tired. Like I said, this is going to be a quick podcast today. I'm getting off at about 8 or 8:15. Want to watch some ball, too. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not about Campbell playing edge. I just think it's a little bit weird. I'm okay with it. I just rather him play linebacker. I don't really know. Like they're just trying to get him on the field, though. That's what it is. They're just trying to get him on the field, but Barnes is playing good football. Barnes is playing good. Anzalone, he has his moments, but he's not playing over Anzalone right now. It's just not going to happen. So I'm okay with it. I don't really want to see it much, but like I said, like I'm not the coach, man. But they got to get him on the field, right? And he's a good ball player. So, man, these things are filthy. So that's all it really is. They're just trying to get him on the field. They're just trying to get him on the field, and we're going to see how it works out. Caleb Williams will make $2.6 million this year. He might go back to he might. But I think it'd be a bad idea. I think it'd be a horrific idea for him to go back. He could just rip his leg apart, rip his knee, his ankle, whatever. But hey, man, he's making money. He's making millions. Who knows? They might not have Jair Alexander. Oh, really? He got hurt? I didn't know that. He must have got hurt. I know Aaron Jones is nicked up. He might not play. Christian Watson's probably back. He's been hurt too, though, so who knows, right? Nick, you might, because you probably don't want to play for Chicago. Chicago, for sure, man. Packers got a good defense and some good weapons on off. I always said it. I always said that the Packers got a good roster. Their X factor is Jordan Love, and he's been okay. Jordan Love has been okay. The Packers have gotten lucky this year so far. They got lucky yesterday. They were down 17-0. Derek Carr goes out with an injury. Then all the fire left the Saints. The Packers came back, tied it up, eventually won it. So it was bad. So it was a bad look, man. So losing Derek Carr was big for them, man. It was big for the Saints. And then that kid missing that 46-yarder. That kid was bombing 50-plussers with ease this year. So he missed a I don't want to say a 46er is easy, but those guys usually, you want your kicker to hit a 46, at a pretty good rate. So, and he missed it. Yeah, we had too many penalties, man. We had a shit ton of penalties, guys. Oh, too many penalties. I think there was about 10. There might have been more. I don't know if someone's got that stat, but there was a lot of penalties. Don't agree with the pitchfork mentality with AG. He has the tools to work with now. It's NFL teams, but no one says we will go unbeaten, so give him a break. Exactly. But you know what? I think he needed that game though. But what I will say, Nigel, I do agree with you. I never wanted him gone, but I was pissed off that he wasn't making the proper adjustments last week against the what's it called, against the Seahawks. He called the perfect game yesterday. Stop the run. That was their main thing. Stop the run. Put a bunch in the box, and make Bijan work. And Bijan tried, man. He just couldn't find holes. So he didn't do nothing. But I agree with you. I don't like the pitchfork mentality. But football, bro, is a reactionary sport on and off the field. Not only on, but off too. Like, especially from a fan standpoint, man. You know how it is, bro. Man, fans get carried away. Hey, man, we all get carried away. I've done it. You've probably done it. Your friends do it. Guys in the chat do it. It's such a small window, right? Football, man. It used to be even smaller when there used to be less games. There used to be like 14 games years ago. So it's just, and it's like by week, you start knowing who's going to make the playoffs. Usually you got a good feel who's a playoff team by week 6 or week 7. Usually, you're going to get a couple stragglers that come behind, that fall behind a little bit, man, and have to, work their way to make it. And you don't, there's some teams that kind of shock you, but you usually have a good feel early in the year, like well before half the season's complete. You usually know who the playoff teams are. You can usually pick at least 80% of them. There's a couple guys, a couple teams that come behind and kind of make some noise late in the season, like the Lions did last year, right? The Lions did last year, all of a sudden it was like, oh shit, they got a chance to make the playoffs. But usually, yeah, it's such a small window that I think that's why the pitchfork mentality comes out. But AJ, he needs to be more consistent, man. He needs to be more consistent. They can't have a good game, then a bad game, then a good game, then a bad game, because that's how it's been so far. They called a pretty decent game against the Chiefs. We had some luck there, though. We did. And then he stunk up the joint against Seattle, and then called a great game against the Atlanta Falcons. Well, that's got to be more consistent. Now he can't be bad against his Packers coming up on Thursday night. What the game plan will be, don't know, but they got some, they got some weapons. They got some weapons. I don't think they don't really have a good run game without Aaron Jones. With Aaron Jones, they're a much better run game, obviously. A.J. Dillon hasn't done a damn thing this year. And, I like their wide receivers, but they're young. Jordan Love is a first-year starter. He's playing well. He's not completing a lot of passes, though. His completion percentage is really bad at 55%, but he's got a high QBR because he doesn't cough up the football. He protects the ball. The one thing that guy does well is he's protected the ball and he's throwing touchdowns. That's what he's doing. He's got like 7 touchdowns. He's up there with the leaders. But he's just not completing a lot of passes. So, they got a good defense. They got guys that get to the quarterback. They got good linebackers. They got a good secondary. They got some guys, man. You can pick on them a little bit in the middle because of their safeties. But other than that, man, they got a pretty solid team. They got a really solid team, man. And they got a couple good young athletic tight ends there. And we have problems with tight ends. Big time. You go look at all the tight ends we played against, all of them did pretty decent. Even Kyle Pitts yesterday had an okay game. He didn't get big yards, but he had like 5 or 6 catches for like 50 yards, and then the other tight end, Jonnu Smith, caught 3-4 balls as well. Nicole Pruitt caught a ball for like 10 yards. So they almost had 100 yards against just the tight ends alone. So, AG needs to really work on that this week. He needs to figure out how they're going to cover tight ends, man, because they can't do it. So, but they're doing what they're supposed to. Football's a funny sport. You're supposed to stop the run. That's the biggest thing about having some success. If you could stop the run and just make team be one-dimensional, then that's fantastic. Or stop the pass, whatever. But stopping the run's huge. So that's what they need to do. Puka Nacua. It's just fun to say. Hi, Mark. Hey, what's going on? See, I love Puka Nacua. Tried to pick him up in a bunch of leagues, didn't get him. Stafford just loves the kid. Looking for him all day. J-Mo back in the building too. Yes, he's back in the building, but he's not practicing, right? So, but he can use all the equipment now, do the workouts, but he's not allowed to practice, apparently. Viking fans want JJ also. JJ. Justin Jefferson? Is that what you're saying? Justin Jefferson? Well, they got to sign him. He wants big money. Chrome, let's be honest, Bears are poverty. J-Mo can't catch. Oh, Donkey Kong. I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be all right. I think he'll be all right. The Bears are a quarterback graveyard. Absolutely. Broncos were close the first 2 weeks, so they'll probably win a couple in 17 weeks. I think they'll win a couple of games too. Just that's really concerning though when you get 70 dropped on you, man. It's like I thought somebody would have been fired today. Honestly, I thought somebody would have got fired for that. That's just ridiculous. Still had 0 sacks. Who had 0 sacks? The Falcons D? Yeah, they had 0 sacks, but they played pretty good defense, man. If you only give up 20 points against that team at home, the Lions can put 30 on you with ease. They only gave up 20, so it's pretty solid. Skipper was doing his thing till he got hurt. I know he's got a hammy. Don't know how long he's out for. We'll see. One Pride 40, they sure are. Poverty. Hey, Mark, did Gibbs look fast live yesterday in the fourth quarter? He looked good, man. He looked strong, Gary. He just looked strong. It looked like he doesn't, he didn't really have any big runs. He had that 121-yarder. He had the 121-yarder, which was a nice run. But he runs hard, man, for a little guy. He's not really little. He's just like 200 pounds. He's not like your normal 220-pound back. He's not like a Bijan, right? He's not big like Bijan. But he runs hard for a little guy. He runs harder than you would think. You look at him, you're like, that kid's not going to be like a hard runner, put his head down. He puts his head down, man. But he didn't look gassed. He looked stronger as the game went on. 4.7 yards per carry. I was impressed with the kid, man. I was impressed. Saying around 12 to 13. What's that? Wins? I don't know, man. They might trade Teddy Bridgewater for the trade deadline. Just saying, teams need quarterbacks. I don't know, maybe. But then who are you bringing in? Who you bringing? You bringing back Nate Sudfeld or Hooker? Are they going to activate Hooker? I don't think Hooker's getting activated this year. But if Hooker's 100% healthy, maybe they do that. Maybe they do, man. Maybe they get rid of Bridgewater. There's a lot of teams that need some quarterbacks. You know what I mean? So who knows? You could be right. Yeah, I would refuse to play for the Bears if I was a quarterback. Yeah, man, you got to take that money, man, while you can. Let's hope we get 6+ sacks on Thursday. The Jack Campbell sack, then ran the locker room was off. That was cool. Got the sack, got up, ran in the locker room. Captain Jack, man. We love him. Barnes is balling. I'm surprised about Barnes' play. Same here, man. But like I said when we drafted that kid, I told everybody, he's a developmental linebacker because he played so much D-line when he was in college. When he was at Purdue, he was playing on the D-line, then sort of playing more linebacker as he got into his career, like his last year or so. He was playing a lot of linebacker. But he started off as a defensive end. That's why he's got good rush skills, man. He's got real good rush skills. So, yeah, I think he's starting to come into his own. Took 3 years. I think that's pretty normal. I saw Campbell try edge a few times at training camp, and he got put in the dirt every time. Yeah, I remember hearing about that a few times about him struggling a little bit, but they kept with it, and hey, he got the sack. I'd rather not see him do it much. You know what I mean? But at least he's standing up. He's not really putting his hand in the dirt. So don't count on getting that consistently. I don't think it's going to be consistent. Yeah, Barnes taking a jump, looking better. Yeah, Campbell playing edge or trying to get their best players on the field. That's just smart. Exactly. It's like getting 3 linebackers out there. At least it's they got Campbell, and they got Barnes and Anzalone. So I'm okay with it. I just don't really like seeing them at edge too much. Teams are going to start catching all that kind of stuff, and they're going to start running on them. To play off that ball from that edge spot. You know what I mean? I'd rather him get a little bit of a head start, pop an old lineman right in the chops, man. Instead, man, he's going to be engaged right away on a guy. So it's a little bit tougher, man, to come off like that. So we'll see. Baker's loving life in Tampa Bay, baby. He is, man. He is. He's doing well. He's playing well. I didn't think he'd be playing as good. Nope, he didn't practice today. Who didn't practice? Who didn't practice today? Decker did. Right? Decker practiced. He was limited. But the guys like Skipper, I don't think Skipper didn't practice. Nat Nelson, I think those guys are going to be done. Yeah, them penalties are crazy. Too much. How many penalties do we have, gents? Yeah, I thought it was 8 to 10. How many penalties do we have, gents? Who gets what's going on, Riley Elder? Thanks for coming in the chat. Who gets the most tackles this year? Well, so far earlier this year, it looks. I think it's eventually going to be Brian Branch, man. I think it's going to be Branch or it's going to be Anzalone again. Those guys will be up there with their tackles. I think Anzalone's he has a ton right now already, I think. Trade for what? Wide receiver or defensive tackle? I'd rather they trade for both, but if you're just going to say one, it needs to be defensive tackle because JMO's coming back. Hopefully he can turn it on right away. It's going to be tough though with no real practice. He did have training camp though. I get it, but I think they need a defensive tackle, man. I still think they need a guy unless Ali McNeil takes a major leap, and he had a great game. He had a great game on Sunday. Another one. What's up, Roy Boy? Another one for the Lions. Keep on keeping on. Thanks, brother. Your 49ers look good too, bro. Green Bay will be a tough physical game. I'm thinking 20-17. I'm going to have something familiar like that too. I'm picking the Lions to win. I'm thinking 23-20, 23-15, something like that, man. I think it's going to be a good game. Could be Branch, Riley. Yes, sir, Roy. Those two penalties on Brent's horse collar and helmet were bogus. The helmet to helmet was I thought it was bogus. It was a quick one though, but I hate that call because the running back put his head down. He was dipping his shoulder. He was trying to run over. Like, what are you supposed to do as a defender? You're supposed to tackle him high up. So the horse collar I missed. I missed the horse collar. I don't remember that one, but I do remember the helmet to helmet, and I thought the helmet to helmet was pretty bogus. Yeah, that was a bad call on Branch. Hope he don't get fined for it. He could have a fine his way. A horse collar and a helmet to helmet. You never know, man. He might be getting a call from the commish. I thought the Packers were done yesterday. It should have been. They were down 17-0. 6 points, hard to lose when your defense plays like that. It was a perfect game by the defense, man. They couldn't ask for anything else, Roy. Couldn't ask for anything else. They played fundamental football, man, start to finish. Sam Laporta and Brian Branch are going to Pro Bowlers this year, just saying. I think Laporta is for sure, 100%. Branch might too. I don't see why he can't. I don't see why he wouldn't be able to. All depends. I think Laporta right now, I think he, it's early in the year, but I think he leads the league for tight ends and yards. He's got a bunch of catches. I think he leads the league in catches as well, too. So for the tight end group. So that's a rookie doing all this, man. That's a rookie. That's a tight end rookie that usually takes the rookie tight ends usually take a little bit to get going. So good for him, man. It was a good pick so far. He is the real deal. Let's just hope he stays healthy, knock on wood. Yeah, they got lucky, Roy. They sure did get lucky. Can't wait for Mosey to come back. Hopefully he comes. He was limited practice today too, so hopefully he comes back too, man. I'd rather be lucky than good sometimes. That Chrome, my college team, could have used a little luck Saturday night. Who's your college team, bro? Hey, what's going on, Justin Chase? What's up, man? JJ McCarthy, Michigan quarterback. Yeah, where's he going? He's coming in the draft. Where he's going to get took. You see us making a trade during the deadline? Like I said, man, I wouldn't mind trading for a defensive tackle. Maybe a wide receiver. Just all depends. Where was Josh Reynolds yesterday? I think he was nursing that groin. He was activated, but he was not playing. It didn't seem like I'd barely seen him out there. What's his name? Khalif got a little bit more play on yesterday's game, which I think he deserves too as well. But I had some injuries going. I had Jalen Waddle out of my fantasy. I had Jalen Waddle out of my fantasy in my one league. And I had to make that switch in the morning. Made that switch before I went across the border. I put Josh Reynolds in. They said he was full go. He got me a big fat zero. And then I had Devin A-Chain on the bench as well, and he got me 56 points on the bench. Dom the Bandit, what a win. Bugs' plan was the factor, LOL. Hey, man, it's good to see the big man back. I can see him going to the Bears. Imagine. We can't sleep on Love. He's been on fire. 7 touchdowns. Exactly. We can't sleep on a lot of this fan base thinks that we're just going to go in there, man, and walk all over Green Bay. It's not going to be like that, man. It's not going to be like that. Love, he's not Aaron Rodgers. I get it, but he's not bad. Like you said, Dom the Bandit, 7 touchdowns to 1 pick. He takes care of the football. He really does. His completion percentage is terrible, though, like 53%. Like, it's awful. It's awful. He barely completes half his passes. You know what I mean? So that's why. But he's got a young wide receiving core. I think that's it plays a big factor in it. And nobody fears their running game with A.J. Dillon in there. They don't even really try to stop it. It seems like, and it still doesn't do anything. So, A.J. Dillon's having a really bad year right now, man. I'm hoping for a defensive tackle trade. That's what I would like. Can JMO attend team position meetings as long as he doesn't practice? I think so. I think he can do everything except practice. The meetings and stuff, I'm not 100. I know he can come in there and use all the equipment, though. So whatever he needs to get done, right? If he's got a little bit of an ailment and come in, get some rehab, work out. I'm sure he can come in on meetings. I'm assuming he can come on meetings. I'm kind of hoping he can, man. So you got to get that mental reps down. It's important to get the mental reps down too, right? Just not physical reps. You got to get the mental reps down. So we need him back though. Defensive tackle would be nice. Yeah, I'm hoping so too. I think Hooker's 100%, but they will sit on him the whole season. Yeah, he might be 100%. From the sounds of it, it sounds like he's close anyways. And I don't think they're going to play him. I don't think they're even going to activate him this year at all. Like you said, bro. I think they're going to sit on the whole season. Unless, like what Jorge says, if they make a trade, they trade Bridgewater. Maybe they bring the rookie quarterback. Maybe they activate him. Who knows, man, as the backup to Goff. So it'll be interesting. But I bet you there's some teams calling the Lions for Bridgewater. They said already they're going to activate Hooker this season. No, they never said that. They said that they're going to get him. They're going to give him a chance to heal. They're going to give him a chance to heal. They're going to give him a chance to learn the book. They said they didn't say they were going to activate him. That was the media. The media said the plan is to activate him. That's what they said. And they don't know shit. Like, they don't know anything. If you listen to Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes talk, their biggest thing with him, get him healthy. Then we'll work on maybe we'll bring him back. Maybe we'll activate him. Maybe he'll dress. Who knows? But I don't think he's going to, bro. Just from listening to him talk, listen to Brad Holmes talk and listen to Dan Campbell. I don't think it's going to happen, bro. I think Packers will regret letting us draft Branch. I think they already have Gary Kessinger. They already have. It's been a stud. Branch and Walker both gets interceptions Thursday. That'd be beautiful. Walker did his thing. He had a nice bounce back. He's finally starting again. He had about 5-6 tackles. He was in there, man. He was fired up. Love it. Lions by 1 million on Thursday. Woo! Hatter's House 7-10. I hope, bro. I think it's going to be a good game. If he had a good game, too. He did have a nice game. Oh, big time, Gary. Yeah, man, it'd be nice. It was about a Packers player. Matt Nelson needs surgery. I heard that out for the year, right? IR. Damn. I'm not a big Matt Nelson fan, but he was actually okay. 10 penalties for 119. Yeah, I knew it was up there. I thought it was double digits, man. I thought it was. I was like, man, that's way too many penalties, man. Just think if they would have played better football, they would have won by more. So I think Jonah Jackson was limited today too. Yeah, he's got what's wrong with Jonah? I got it written down when I did my preview today. He was limited today. I forget what he has, but something's going on with him too. A groin, maybe? I forget what it was. Definitely need a defensive tackle. I say trade for Buckner. Well, who's he play for? The Colts? Playing for the Colts? The Colts are 2-1, bro. I think he plays for Indy, right? That'd be nice. Run pride for sure, man. Who gets more yards this year, Reynolds or Laporta? Reynolds or Laporta? Ooh, Reynolds or Laporta, man. I think eventually it's going to be Laporta. I think it's going to be Laporta. Reynolds has had a couple nice games, though, man. It's going to be a good one, Riley. That's actually a really good question. I think Reynolds is our number 2 right now. So, when J-Mo comes back, that could change. I don't know how fast he's going to acclimate to the offense right away. They might ease him in. They might ease Jameson in. So, so I think they both have it. But I think Laporta, because Goff loves him, man. Goff loves him. He targeted him like 10 times, man. Was it 10 times? 10 targets? Let me see. How many targets did he get? I wrote it down when I did my preview. 11 targets for Laporta. St. Brown with 12. So, yeah, man. The Goff loves him. He's a safety net. You got to love it. Laporta. That's a good one. Packers dodged a bullet yesterday. They sure did, General Brown. They got lucky, man. They've had a couple, so far they played the Bears. Pretty cakewalk game. Then they played Atlanta, lost to them. And then they pulled out a squeaker, they got a horseshoe, where, man, and they got lucky there. What's going on, Doug Johnson's Thunder Road Show? What's up? I might put some money on Branch winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. That might be a good one, bro. I'd like to know what those odds are. They lose if Carr didn't get hurt. 100%. They went into the hole. I think it's funny, all these guys being like, oh, AG proved himself. Dude, it still has an issue with pass. He does, man. He's I like AG, but, he's very inconsistent. At the end of the year, he called great games. They did a couple things, made a couple firings, made a couple adjustments, player personnel. But he's not the most perfect D coordinator. Dude still has an issue with pass coverage calls versus good passing teams. Atlanta's not a good team through the air. They're not good through the air. But you know what? Calling what they did in the ground was fantastic. Branch was my favorite player in the draft. I would have been happy if he was taken at 12. I loved Branch. Uh-oh. I got to star this one up. Will you smell my finger, Mark? Ugh. I don't think so. I'm not sure I can do that, bro. Not today. Not tomorrow. Not even next week, man. No matter how drunk I am, I'm not smelling your damn finger, bro. Heard someone say Jerry Jacobs had 6 penalties. Rough start to the season. Time to see some Gilmore until Mosley comes back. Maybe, man. Was Stephen Gilmore healthy scratch again? I really like to see him get some playing time. Apparently Mosley's back, though. I think there's a good chance he's back. So he was limited at practice today. There was a few guys limited, but it looks like they're all going to play, the guys that were limited. But who knows? We'll see. Hopefully Decker and Mosley are back. But definitely trade for a defensive tackle. I think so, too. Mike, what up? Horse collar rule says nameplate below. Branch had the numbers. That was a guess by official. I didn't know. I didn't know that, Mike P. Good call. Good eyes. Yeah, man. You should be able to, if you grab him at the below the nameplate. Says nameplate below. Branch had the numbers. That was a guess by official. Oh, so he had by the numbers. So yeah, that shouldn't have been a penalty, man. That's a jersey. See, bad call. And I wish you could go to the review on that, the booth review, but they don't do that. Yeah, Jacobs isn't looking too hot. He looks rough, man. Looking rough out there, Jerry Jacobs. Irish don't know how to win big games. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, they played who did the Irish play again? Chrome was up. Mikey Mike. Let's go. What's up, Mark? What's going on, Soul Surfer? What's up with that guy today, man? What was up with that guy in my chat? Zombie Slayer. My God. What guy telling me I don't know nothing about football. What was all that about, Soul Surfer? Thanks for having my back, brother. I appreciate it. No Christian Watson? Oh, it's for sure? So he didn't practice today? That's good. Y'all know if David Montgomery will be back with the Packers? I don't think he will. I don't think he will, man. I heard 2 weeks for sure. So expect him back. Expect him versus Carolina. That's my guess. I got one eye on the game. Swifties loving life. That old line reminds me of the 90s Cowboys. Well, yeah, well, geez, man. That's a hell of an old line he's got over there. Let's see if he can do it back to back. It's a little bit better defense he's playing today. Wait. Who are the Eagles playing? Who are the Eagles playing, actually? Who are they playing? Not the Rams. Who are they playing today? Completely forget. He's limited right now. Glass Bugs back as our plug. It's nice to have the big fella back. Just hope he does. Aaron Jones more likely to play than Watson. Okay. We shut down Aaron Jones last year too, man. We shut him down. So we need to do that again. Just put pressure on Love and we will be all right. Yeah, they got to dial up some blitzes. It's a good old line. They need, the defensive tackles need to play like they did against Atlanta. If they don't, then we're in trouble, and that frees up. That doesn't free up guys like Aiden Hutchinson. We need to lean the dream to get in there. Hit that like button for a man, Mark. Hey, thanks, brother. I appreciate it, Keith O. He can go to meetings, JMO. Okay, that's good. Good. Didn't know that. I expect Watson, Aaron Jones back for Thursday. Yeah, we're hearing probably Watson out, Aaron in. We'll see. Here, JMO was in meetings today, according to Campbell. I love it. Good. He can be in meetings, and that's about it for now. Lions coach Dan Campbell said on Monday, thank you, Nick. I appreciate it, brother. Marvin Jones still hasn't been targeted. I wish they gave him another chance. He had one bad game. Yeah, he seems to be just here to be like a mentor, right? Yeah, he had that bad game, and this is something that this regime won't put up with, though. Marvin Jones, he wasn't brought here to be the number 2. He wasn't brought here to be the number 1. The guy was lucky if he was going to be number 3. He was going to be lucky. Now the guy's literally an afterthought. He's an afterthought, but he's a vet presence. He's a mentor, maybe for JMO. I like him, though. I like Marvin Jones, but he must have fallen off, man. He must have fallen off and not giving him any looks. He hasn't gotten any looks in 2 weeks. So that's a telling story that it could be time. Could be time to pack it up for Marvin Jones, man. He's been in the league for what, 13 seasons? Something like that, 12, 13 seasons. He's had his run. Thigh injury for Double J. Jonah Jackson, that's right. Laporta's not your average rookie. He's not, man. He's amazing. He's amazing. I'm going to pull the article on Hooker. I'll send it to you this week. I got to dig it up. Either way, if they don't play in the majority of the season, they add another year to his contract. Yeah, that's right. I didn't know about that. So if they don't play him, they add another year. So that's why I think he's going to sit too. What's the point of activating him if they're just going to lose a year of eligibility? I didn't know that they had that rule for. I think it's only for people that are on the. It's only the rule for people that are on what's it called? Non-football. What the hell is it called? Non-football injury list. Non-football, the NFL, whatever the NFL non-football injury list. So I think you can only use that rule for that type of injury. So if he's not activated at all, he's done. So I don't really know how that works, man. I really don't know how that works, because can you keep somebody on the NFL list all year long? I don't know if you can. So something's got to be done there. Yeah, something. I'm a little bit confused on that. Defense needs to be aggressive and physical. Violence, gentlemen. That's what they're all about, man. Got to be violent. I love Laporta starting out wide and how his blocking has been. He's been a ferocious blocker. Laporta definitely better than Hawk, and only going to get better in my eyes. He's going to be one of the good ones, bro. I don't know. Sutton has been locked down. He wasn't locked down in that Kansas City game. He wasn't really locked down against the Seahawks either. You know what I mean? He played pretty damn well yesterday, though. Pretty damn well yesterday. He locked down Drake London. I think he was on London most of the day. And, there was a couple of times I'm sure Jacobs was on him too as well. But Sutton was pretty good yesterday. I don't know about lockdown for the whole year. He's actually struggled a little bit. But yesterday was a whole different ball game. He played well against a really good wide receiver too. Mark's not even going to pull your finger. No. And I'm going to star that right there. I'm going to star it. I'm not pulling anybody's finger, man. Can't do it. He hasn't given up a touchdown this year so far. No, he hasn't. How many touchdowns have they given up through the air? I don't really know how many touchdowns they've given up through the air. I know we can't stop the pass. Yesterday was the only game that we have. Yesterday was the only game that we had. I think mostly tight ends have scored on us, right? Blake Bell, maybe a run. I'm trying to think of who the wide receivers are. Tony scored a touchdown. Was it Tony scored a touchdown against us? No, it was Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice scored a touchdown against us. So I think Mahomes only threw 2 touchdowns. And then Seattle, Lockett had the 2, but it was against Jacobs. The one was against Branch. So yeah, man, he hasn't, but he's given up some big yards. But he's been good. He's been good. I just want to call him lockdown. We desperately need another corner. I think we do too. I liked the Cam Sutton free agent move. I did, but I still don't think he's a CB1. I don't think he is. I think he's a really good cornerback too. I really do. I think he's a really good cornerback too. So like Donkey Kong says, I think we desperately need another corner. I think we do too, man. If Sutton was to go down, that he probably is our best corner, obviously. And I think that would be disastrous. I just feel like we were going to trade for a dude. I would go O-line or D-line, but I don't see a lot of teams giving up D-line. If they do, it's going to be stupid pick like second or third round. Yeah, it'll be a bad team. So hopefully it'll be like a contract move, but we'd have to probably pay some money, but let's do it. Buckeyes. Oh, Buckeyes. Okay. Hit the like button, folks. Thank you, Donkey Kong. I'm leaning towards D-line. Same here. Oh, the Bucks. That's right. They're playing the Bucks. It'd be nice to have Montgomery back, but there's no real big need, I think. I hope, though. Yeah, I'm hearing he's not back. I'm hearing he's not going to be back for this game. So who knows? Only gave up 70 yards. That's pretty good for Sutton. Has not gave a touchdown. Yeah. Well, like I said, man, he hasn't given up a touchdown. That's pretty good. But, to me, I don't think he's a CB1. It feels more like the tight ends are killing us anyways through the air. Colby Parkinson had a great day. Like every tight end had a good day in Seattle against us. Kansas City's tight ends. Even yesterday, Pitts was the leading receiver on a really bad throwing day by Ritter. He completed 53% of his passes or something. Ritter had a bad day. He really did. Where is it right here? Ritter. 55% of his passes he completed. It's almost like no touchdowns, no pick. He was sacked 7 times. So, Speaking of Cowboys, I didn't watch Arizona kick their ass. Was like that. That was crazy. I missed that whole game. That's crazy though. Late as usual, but I made it. First thing I did, hit the like button. Thank you, Matthew Wichner. Appreciate it, bro. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for coming in. Cowboy fans on suicide watch. They're melting down. Never mind. Baker still sucks. LMAF. Did he throw a pick? Only because there's 2 games, right? So, yeah, I'm going to be getting off here, guys, in about, 10 minutes, maybe 15. I might go to 8:15. After losing 1 game. What's that? I don't know who you're talking about there. Hunter's house. To the worst team in football. Yeah. Jones had a great penalty, though. A fresh set of downs on the goal line. Maybe he's going to be the placeholder for J-Mo now. NFL rule, you only have to keep them on half the year to extend the rookie contract. Okay, I didn't know that. It's good to learn. You learn something new every day. I appreciate it. Rams or Bengals? I'm taking the Rams. Bengals are in trouble. Is Burrow playing? Burrow's not even close to being healthy. I think he's like 70% healthy, man. He shouldn't be playing. Bengals will play hard to avoid 0-3. Oh, yeah. If they go 0-3, they're in trouble. I think Gibbs has a multiple touchdown game Thursday. We need it. He needs a touchdown. We got to get that kid a touchdown. Is that the best Lions team effort you've seen in person? It's close. I think it's a close one. I'm trying to think of what they, some of the real good. That 2014 team, they're a little bit the cardiac cats. Their defense was stellar, though. Their defense was stellar. 2013, 2014, whatever the year it was. The year they had that really good D-line, man, and then they played the Cowboys. But that was one of the best in person, though. Yeah, it was a pretty solid effort by them. I was pretty impressed by that. They almost played a perfect game. They weren't as clean on offense. Still put up 20 points. But, I think they could have did a little bit more. But like I said, I think Atlanta's a very underrated defense. I think they're a very underrated team. Even though they only put up 6 points, they struggled offensively huge. We played great on defense. But yeah, that was one of the best efforts, I would say. That's definitely in my top 10. Clearly, they are not the worst. Who? I don't know who you're talking about, man. I'm not disagreeing with another corner. Yeah, I think we need one, man. If this Mosley thing don't work out, we need one. Trade for PS2. Who's that? PS2. I don't really know who the hell that is. Marshawn Lattimore. But they're 2-1, aren't they? They 2-1 or 1-2? The Saints. I think they're 2-1. Nick, you're giving an arm and a leg for Lattimore for sure. But hey, man, if you're serious about making the playoffs and making some noise, I don't care about paying an arm and a leg. If it's going to better your team and it's going to get you deep into the playoffs, and that's one of your only missing links, I'm okay with paying an arm and a leg for a baller. Sutton has allowed 10 receptions out of 17 targets. See, that's not bad. That's not bad, man. So what is that? What's the percentage? He's given up 60-something% of his passes. What's the math on that? I don't even know where my phone is. What the hell is my phone? Don't know where it is. I had it here. Hilarious. I don't know where it is. Yeah, so he needs to be a little bit better there in that department. He's not terrible. I think, you know what I mean? But I don't think he's a CB1. That year extension applies to players that don't report on it being franchise tag. Like Chris Jones, remember he said he could sit like 8 games. Okay. I appreciate it. For how many yards? No idea. Gilmore needs a chance. Can be smaller version of his brother. Yeah, it'd be nice, man. I'd like to see him, at least get a shot. You can always throw in Jacobs after that, man, if you have to. But Ritter, 11.2 QBR. That's rough. That's rough. Goff seemed frustrated with his offense. He threw that pick. That was terrible, but Goff still has been playing. I was like, yeah, he played a great game. He played good, man. Ran a touchdown in, threw one. So it looked like they weren't getting in a rhythm. They didn't have a good rhythm going, man, yesterday. Could have scored a lot more points. But that, like I said, that Atlanta defense, they give fits to people, man. They do. They don't have any superstars, really. I really like Jesse Bates on that team, though. I like Troy Anderson a lot. But, yeah, man, they just have a very underrated defense. I love Cowboys and disaster in the same sentence. They are my kryptonite. He's talking about Dallas lose one game. My cousin wouldn't even call me back. I said, Jesus Christ. Yeah, they're terrible. They're absolutely terrible. They're terrible fans. I got some buddies that are pretty good, though. My buddy Tommy, got my buddy CJ. Those guys are all Cowboys fans. They don't melt down. They don't melt down. My one buddy was pretty upset, though. He didn't text me. I texted him yesterday. He didn't text me till I had to text him again today and ask him if he was alive. You okay, bro? He's like, he finally texted me. LOL, I'm good, bro. It just sucks. I can't believe they did that. So I was like, yeah, man. Great job, Mark. I'm out here. I'm out of here. Game's on, bro. I appreciate it, Mike. Thanks for coming in, bro. I'm dropping out of here in about 5-10 minutes myself. Which Lions unit do you feel most and least confident in for Thursday? Which Lions unit do you feel most and least confident? Well, the most confident I feel in is probably the most is the offense. Obviously is the offense. I'm nervous about that O-line, though, what's going on. Hopefully Decker's back. We can get back to normal there. Glasgow, I don't like as a damn. I don't like him as a damn guard, but that's what he is. Yeah. Yeah. But least confident, it's got to be the helpers on the. It's got to be it's just okay. I'm just going to say the defense. I love what they did on Thursday. They got to duplicate that. Now, if they duplicate that, they're going to win this football game against the Green Bay Packers. If they don't, they're in trouble. So we've kind of seen it up and down. Up and down, up and down. They've been really bad for 2 games through the air. Really bad through the air. So if I'm going to say anything, I'm going to say the D-line getting to the quarterback, except Hutch. He gets to the quarterback. And the secondary being able to cover guys. So 2 units. That's 2 units right there that I'm least confident in. Do that, man. Prove that you can do it back-to-back games, and then we can start talking. Jordan Davis is a beast. What did he do? It's a big fella. PS2, Pat Surtain. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was his nickname. That's his number, too. Matthew Witch. This is football, man. People don't realize just because it looks good on paper don't mean dilly squat. It's good. It's going to take time to gel, and for sure we'll get there as long as we can stay away from key injuries. It's all about gelling, bro. It's all about gelling. Mark, I was at the game too. That place was rocking. James Hollifield. I was there, brother. I can't get over frat Goff, man. Yeah, that's a. I think Gilmore came in on one play yesterday. I didn't know that. Joseph could be promising. I watched the video on him. Kirby? A lot of them are. No, what's Joseph, Keitho? Hey, talk about Kirby, bro. Peace out, big dog. Enjoy the game. Peace out, brother. Have a good one. Send me that article, too. Not Kirby. I forgot his first name. Oh, Brandon Joseph. Brandon Joseph? I didn't see him make some plays. I don't think Love is much better than Ritter. We're rolling Thursday. You know what? I think he's a little bit overrated as well. But what he does is he does take care of the football. Now, Packers fans are talking this guy up like he's the next Brett Favre, next Aaron Rodgers. I don't see it. It's kind of early to make that call. But one thing he is doing, he is taking care of the football. This dang autocorrect. All good. Is it Brandon? I think he's talking about Brandon. I'm out. Keep your claws and teeth sharp. Good luck Thursday night. Thanks, brother. Good luck to you as well, bro. Yeah, that's it, I think. Yeah. I watched more Packers than Lions, and I'm not impressed. I don't really think I watched them against against Chicago Bears, General Brown, and I'm right there with you. I'm not as impressed as a lot of people are as well. So yeah, they do have a good team though. I think they do have a good roster. They got some players, some playmakers. If they get going, they get gelling early, they can be a problem. But if you gotta get to Jordan Love. You get to Jordan Love, I think we're gonna have it made. Carter kind of quiet. Okay. Jalen? Yeah. Pat Surtain the second. Okay, the second. That's why they call him PS2. All right. If the defense plays the same as Sunday the rest of the season, we're golden. Yeah. We're not going to have that every game, bro. I hope we do. Maybe they turn a corner, and they do. That'd be beautiful. If they do that, man, teams are in trouble. Teams are in trouble if they find their groove. Love him on the Lions, but he's been having a rough year. Jalen Carter? Who's been having a rough year? Who's been having a rough year? I'm not sure you're talking about, brother. Pat Surtain, maybe? Pat Surtain the second? You'd be paying an arm and a leg for that kid too, man. That kid was just drafted by the Broncos, wasn't he? Isn't he still on his rookie year, his rookie contract? He's gotta be. Was he taking that Okudah deal in that Okudah trade? I mean, in that Okudah draft? Was he in that draft? Or was he afterwards? I don't remember. Regardless, it's at Lambeau. Be ready, stay ready. Oh, they gotta be ready, man. Absolutely, for sure. Surtain. Okay. Oh, yeah, for sure, man. He's having that whole Broncos team, bro, is having a rough go. They are having a rough go. But I'm in here for about maybe another 2 minutes, guys. I'm getting out of here at 8:10. My family just came home. My little girl just walked in. My wife's home. So, yeah, man. Baker's playing a hell of a game so far. Baker Mayfield playing. I got to go check this out, man. I forgot there was 2 football games on. I forgot. So, yeah, Philly versus the Bucs right now, right? Okay. Let's go check it out. We beat the Falcons, and the Falcons beat Green Bay. We got this game. I think we're going to win, bro. I think it's going to be a good game, though. Don't sleep on Green Bay. They got some talent. Playing at Lambeau. It's a historic stadium. This team came in there last year, and they showed they could, and they shocked the world. So, Green Bay wasn't that great last year. I don't think they're a fantastic team this year, but I think they're still pretty good. But I appreciate everybody, guys. Thanks for coming in here, man. Good job, Marco, to watch football. Absolutely, Gary. Have fun. Be safe. Thanks, Marco. Thank you, Soul Surfer. Appreciate you, buddy. Give you a star for helping me out today. I'm not fond of this doubleheader games on Monday. Neither am I, man. I don't like it. I think it's silly. I think it's really silly. Darn, that's right. Birds beat Pack. Oy vey. It's right. Would this team beat the 2014 Lions? Woof. That'd be a hell of a match. That'd be strength versus strength, offense versus that defense. Man, I don't know, man. That's a tough one, bro. But thanks a lot, guys. I'm going to say that this team would beat the 2014. I think we would, because I think we're better defensively. That offense was still pretty good. They had Stafford, they had Tate there. Oh yeah, man, that team was pretty loaded. That team was loaded. The defense was crazy. So, but I think that this team would probably edge out that team just by a little. I think it'd be a really good game. But thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it, man. Let's go watch the game. I don't really care who wins these games. I'd like to see the Rams win, So I'm still a Stafford guy, man. I'm still a Stafford guy. So have a good one, guys. I appreciate it. It was a quick one. Wanted to talk a little bit about that game. Talk a little bit about upcoming game on Thursday night. I just put out I put out the aftermath video. Go check it out, guys. And I'm probably gonna have my preview for this Thursday one on Wednesday or Thursday. But if you don't follow me on not only Mark Orum's Forum, but follow me on Facebook. I do a podcast now for my buddy Greg Schooley. Me and Derek Sylvester, Sly. We call him the Sly Man. We're on Facebook, and you have to go to my page if you have Facebook. Just look for Mark Orum and subscribe to me, and then you have to subscribe to it's not even a subscription, it's just add as a friend. And then you have to go to another page called Reppin, REP apostrophe N, a little bit of slang there, Reppin the 519, SSN Reppin the 519. 519 meaning Windsor, Ontario. That's our area code. So yeah, man. So go check it out, and then you can go check out our podcasts with me and my buddy Sly. It's called Sly and Orem. Lions Forum with Sly and Orem. That's what it's called. So appreciate it, guys. Go football today. We're not really going for anybody today, but go Lions. One pride. See you guys later. Have a good one. And I am